Good evening and welcome to the 5th annual Standstill Parade of Lights in downtown Vermillion, brought to you by the National Music Museum and Scooters. We are so excited to be bringing this beautiful event and this holiday celebration to you tonight. I'm Nate Welch. We are in McVicker Plaza, which is home to the Vermillion Area Chamber and Development Company right here in downtown Vermillion. The parade is going on right outside. We have Michelle Green joining us today. We are going to have a great time.
Yes, we are. Thank you so much, Nate, and I am delighted to be joining you all tonight. You know, the Standstill Parade of Lights is one of my family's favorite traditions. We come every single year, we bundle the kids up. I know my husband and my kids are out there right now, hot cocos and candy canes in hand. I'm sure they are a sticky mess behind their masks. But we're just delighted to be able to do this and to bring this to you this year. It's a beautiful scene out there, but we're gonna have some fun inside too. So in here, we've got stories to tell, we've got great news to share, we've got some sneak peeks of really exciting things. And Nate, your team does an outstanding job with this. They do an outstanding job every single year. And this year, they have even more tricks up their sleeve.
We do. You know, our big goal out of this was to be able to allow the community to be able to celebrate together. And obviously, we are facing a crazy year where we can't do things the way we want to. But our community has been so committed to being able to be supportive to each other and proactive and trying to be able to curb the spread. And so we've still got an event like this, but we've got it a lot of different ways. It's put on social media, it is put on through here. If someone is comfortable to come down, there's a lot of space right along Main Street. But if they can't or don't want to, they can find us and celebrate with us. We're so excited to be able to do that. And speaking of celebrating with us, along with us in this journey, we've got Mitchell Olson joining us. He's come down from Sioux Falls, and we're so excited when he comes home to visit.
Absolutely.
So, Mitchell, how is it going out there?
Thank you, Nate, and greetings from Vermillion, South Dakota. We are here downtown at the Parade of Lights. Now, this has been a 10-year tradition here in Vermillion, but the last 5 years, it's been a standstill parade. So basically what that means is the floats stand still and the people do all the walking. So tonight we have 17 amazing floats here. We're gonna check them all out, we're gonna judge them, and at the end of the night, I'll announce who is the winner. And there's a very special treat, a huge lighting of the tree ceremony where you might even see Santa. So stick around, you won't want to miss it.
Thanks, Mitchell. There's many things that you can guarantee when Mitchell is involved in a project. You're gonna laugh, you're probably gonna learn something, but you will always be entertained.
You're exactly right. And Mitchell is the right guy for the job right now out at the parade, standing at 7 feet tall. He's got the arm length to do any interview past 6 feet. I mean, we are completely COVID safe when we've got Mitchell doing our interviews for us.
He is our COVID mitigation system this evening outside. We'll check back in with Mitchell in just a little bit, but first of all, we want to focus our attention to another Vermillion destination. So we have a special guest joining us here in our makeshift studio for the night, Matt Collingsworth, Executive Director at the National Music Museum. Matt, thank you so much for being here with us tonight.
We're thrilled to be a part of the Standstill Parade of Lights this evening.
Matt, we're extremely excited about what's happening at the National Music Museum. You and your staff have been extremely busy, the last 2 years. Can you tell us a little bit about what's been going on?
Yes, over the past 2 years, we've completed the Center for Preservation and Research with the help of the DCDC and the community. We moved into that last July so we could begin work on the expansion of our museum facility on the campus here at the University of South Dakota, and major construction work on that project is just now wrapping up.
It's such a beautiful thing that you guys have done with that Carnegie Library building. The mix of the old and the new really does something special over on that corner of USD's campus. What are the reactions that you've been getting from people you've talked to in the community or that really just want to come back? But what do they think?
I think people are really excited to see it. A few people have seen the inside, and we're very excited to show it off. And we can't wait until we get everything reopened in 2022.
You're exactly right. We do have a sneak peek that you've brought us. The chairman of the board for the Board of Trustees for the National Music Museum is about to give us a sneak peek of the expansion and renovation of the National Music Museum.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are some of the first to see inside the newly renovated National Music Museum. On my left, is the new Lillibridge wing, and on my right is the renovated Carnegie Library, the original home of the museum. When completed, this facility will house the greatest collection of musical instruments in the world. We want to thank everybody for being a part of this project, and I most of all tonight want to thank the City of Vermillion for being a great benefactor to our project. Now we have one more surprise as we look around. We are about to enter the newly constructed Wanzek Performance Hall. And even better, ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the USD Chamber Singers under the direction of Dr. David Holthusen.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, for the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleigh song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon this heavy bride was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lame, misfortune was his lot. He got into a drifting lake, and when we got outside, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Now the ground is wide, go it while you're young. Take the girls tonight and sing the sleighing song. Just get a bobtail nag to Porgy for his steed, and hitch him to an open sleigh, and Clark will take the lead. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
I have to say, it really is a sincere pleasure to not only hear the music in the museum, but to be able to see it. As Matt mentioned, the VCDC was a proud partner in the expansion and the preservation center, and that helped catapult the museum expansion project itself. And the entire city of Vermillion has invested to ensure that the museum has a bright future in Vermillion.
Well, it truly is a treasure, and to fill those beautiful new halls with that beautiful music tonight, it really is quite inspiring to see it all come together. Well, speaking of beautiful, Mitchell, how are you?
Well, we all know that traveling has slowed a bit, but when you're ready, great places are waiting here in Vermillion, South Dakota. And if we got a gift for you, if you would text hashtag #LoveVermillion to the number on your screen, you could be one lucky winner for a stay and play package here in Vermillion. You'll stay at the award-winning Red Roof Inn, attend a USD game, as well as experience Vermillion with dinner and drinks, all right here. So, more to come after this quick break.
The Vermillion Parade of Lights is a great tradition. 2020 has been an unusual year, so congratulations on finding a way to keep that tradition going. I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Congressman Dusty Johnson.
This year, almost every industry has been strained, and certainly our healthcare systems have felt much of that too. The only way we're getting through this is by working together. And I want to congratulate Vermillion on finding a way to host, celebrate, and share their annual Standstill Parade of Lights, even in a year like this. From our family at Sanford Health, we're proud to serve Vermillion and so many South Dakota communities who continue to work hard to care for each other and to work together. And I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, and go Yotes.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 5th annual Standstill Parade of Lights here in Vermillion. Thanks to the National Music Museum and Scooter's Coffee. You know, one of the goals that we wanted to be able to do when we wanted to share this beautiful evening and tradition in Vermillion was we wanted to be able to share the places like the National Music Museum that you just saw. But another thing is we wanted to be able to introduce and share some of those great, wonderful people that make this community so great.
Absolutely. At every age and stage, South Dakota has people who are inspiring us and leading and reminding us what's really important. And we have many examples of that right here in Vermillion, as Nate said. The next story we want to share with you is a story of a hometown hero that is really inspiring many of us every single day. Meet our friend, Collins Casson.
So what did you ask Santa for Christmas this year?
A watch that I could call my mom on, and also something else I don't know about.
What are we trying to cure?
Me.
Well, what do you have? Why do we do treatments?
To make me feel better.
Yeah. So cystic fibrosis is a rare condition. It's present in about 1 of 1,000 births annually in the United States. So essentially, CF is a defect in a gene that causes her mucus all throughout her body to be thick and sticky. And so it can result in recurrent lung infections. In regards to her digestive system, it basically means that she cannot absorb the nutrients that she needs. So if that were to go untreated, she would not gain any weight and essentially would not be able to thrive because of that.
Coco is my dog.
Coco's your dog?
Uh-huh, he's my dog.
Why'd you get Coco?
'Cause treatments.
Every single day when she eats, whether it's a snack or a full meal, she has to take enzymes and sometimes other medications before she eats. In addition to that, she also does the treatments that she was kind of mentioning before, where she puts on the vest and does the nebulized medications to keep her lungs healthy. You know, back in the 1950s, the life expectancy of somebody with CF was preschool, kindergarten years. Now it's 47 years of age. I didn't know if I was going to have her here in 3 years or 5 years or 15 years. And I didn't know what her life would look like during that time. But in the almost 7 years, you know, that she's been alive, there have been so many advancements in CF that the word hope is what we cling to.
Yeah, we hoped all along and prayed all along that, you know, she's able to live as normal a life as possible and as in a life very similar to her friends and the people that she spends the most time with, and you know, not knowing what to expect. That's what you cling to is the hope that she's going to be able to do those things and to see that how it's come full circle.
She doesn't know how tough she is, but she's a little rock star.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. She's my hero and she'll always be our hero.
You know, we really are lucky to have a family like the Cassons right in our community. You know, they have found such a great way to elevate the education and awareness when it comes to cystic fibrosis. And they've done such a great job in elevating that platform so that individuals in our community can really know what they can do to help make a difference.
Well, and right now they just joined Mitchell right out here at the Parade of Lights. So let's go out and say hi.
Thanks, guys. I am here with a sweet and a special young lady. This is Collins. How are you, Collins? Good. We're here at the Parade of Lights. Is this your first parade? You've been to lots of them? I heard, somebody told me that you like TikTok dances?
Yeah.
What are these TikTok dances? Explain it to me.
Dances.
They're just dance moves. Show me a fun dance move, because I don't even know what it is. Is there some kind of funny move like the one like this with the arms, the crazy arm one? Can you do that one for me? Oh, wow. She's way better than I even imagined. That's amazing. And you film these and you watch them with your friends?
Yes.
That sounds like a fun idea. Well, it's been so nice talking to you, Collins. Thank you so much. You're a brave little girl. And we're so happy for you to be here. Thanks so much. Back to you guys.
It really is great to see Collins out enjoying the parade with her family and watching that piece. She really is just an inspiration.
Well, and I loved listening to all the things that you guys got to talk about and all the things that she's looking forward to in the season as well. All right, well, there's something that I'd like to share with all of you about Nate and I's history. Not really together in very different places, but we started our careers in television news. So, forgive us if we're both a little rusty tonight. It's been about a decade.
Yes,
Accurate,
it
Nate?
has actually, a little bit more than a decade now that I think about it.
It is not exactly like riding a bike. I will just say that. But we're going to give this a shot. So, Nate, we're going to play reporter.
Okay.
And this is where I get to be the reporter and you get to be the interviewee.
Deal.
Are you game?
Yep.
Okay, so a little earlier in the program, we told everybody kind of what we were up to tonight. What were we hoping to do? And as you and I were talking about tonight and preparing for tonight, you said some things, Nate, that I just think are really beautiful about our town and certainly about your role in our town and just the really special people here. So this year has been different. We've all had to think differently about how we approach our lives, our businesses, our families. As you have worked with the businesses, the university, city partners, you name it, you've got more partners than you can count this year. What are the things that really stand out to you about 2020 that you want to make sure gets through the message tonight?
That's really a great question. It really is hard to summarize that. When you think about it, what our community is facing is literally no different than communities all over the state, all over the country, and even all over the world. We are battling this thing right now. It is not like it's a 1 or 2 day snowstorm, a 1 week snowstorm where we're getting behind in work. We're talking over 9 months of living this day-to-day thing. And, our community certainly has not been able to hide and shelter from that and even shelter from other things. We even had tragedy in our community as well when our longtime leader and Mayor Jack Powell, passed away in April. And that was extremely hard to go through that kind of transition. Plus, it was extremely hard to lose that kind of mentor and a colleague. And so many in our community that were in those leadership positions had to battle through that while trying to navigate through this storm, as we all say it, and the storm that many of us are in different boats. And I can't stop from keeping this one quote in my head of one of my favorite plays. It's a Thornton Wilder play. It's called Skin of Our Teeth. If you're familiar with it, congratulations, because it's an optimistic catastrophe, I think is what it's referred to as. But really what it comes down to is this play is about history, war, catastrophe, love, and ultimately the humanistic side of perseverance. And there's this really great quote that I remember thinking about, and I even have it on my computer where I can remember it every day. I always have to try to remember exactly how it goes, but ultimately it says, "Oh, I've never forgotten that living is a struggle. I know that every good and excellent thing in the world stands moment by moment on the razor edge of danger and must be fought for." That quote has stuck with me for those 9 months. I just keep thinking about it because I think about our businesses. I think about our community who are continually struggling and just fighting for that moment to not only be able to survive, but someday to be able to thrive. And what's so amazing is we are just blessed with fantastic leadership in our community. And of course, as you mentioned, here at the Chamber of Commerce, we are extremely busy. We're lucky enough to represent over 270 members, a community of 10,000 people. We're the home to the flagship University of South Dakota. We have one of the best employers in them. And being able to all work together is one of the most important things for all of us to do. So one of the things that we did as a community and our chamber and development company is we made sure to get right after it. We started jumping right into constant updates, communication to each and every one of our businesses. We made sure to have town halls where we could constantly communicate. We even worked with our city. We worked with volunteers and creative individuals to create outdoor dining, or also known as alfresco style dining, which was a word I learned, which was great. We figured out how to battle when numbers rose. This was amazing. Our numbers rose as the students came back. We understood that that was going to happen. The bars in Vermillion all did a voluntary shutdown for 4 straight days. All their hours after 10 o'clock, they shut it down to prove and show how important it was for us to take this serious. That's a really, really big commitment from businesses. And for them to be able to do that was just fantastic. But what was so special, those numbers rose After that weekend, they started dropping again. Our community was battling it, and that battle was because of people working together. We created the Vermillion Victory Bonds, where we sold gift cards to businesses all over Vermillion for 80% of the value at that 80% cost, and they would be able to receive it with a 20% discount. And get this, we did that 3 times, these couple different days, different times, over 3 different sales to over 50 different businesses, over $250,000 in sales. One of the best sales, of course, as you know, was when we sold those gift cards at 80% discount over D-Day's weekend. Thanks to the USD Foundation for funding that 20% discount, we sold over $190,000 in gift cards to individuals in Vermillion, individuals throughout South Dakota, individuals throughout 8 different states. And we were able to pump in $190,000 into our community with that. That kind of commitment does not come, and that kind of action does not come without great leadership. And some of that great leadership that we have, of course, is the University of South Dakota President Sheila Gustring, fantastic leader. Kelsey Collier-Wise, who took over for Mayor Jack. She was appointed after his passing. Mayor Collier-Wise has been fantastic. And I was lucky enough, of course, getting to work with them all the time. I did get a chance to actually sit down with both ladies, and we had a chance to reflect on this journey that we're still going through.
You bet.
And here's a little bit of that conversation.
When people get involved in city government, you're not necessarily saying, all right, I'm signing on for life and death decisions.
No one mentioned a pandemic. The last one had been 100 years ago, so I thought maybe I was in the clear. I think back to, winning the Summit League tournament, and later that evening, my son playing in a basketball game in the Sweet 16, and a week later, everything was done.
It's not like there was a good choice and a bad choice, or even like an okay choice and a not as okay choice. You were just always choosing from bad choices. Like someone was going to be hurt by whatever you did.
It seems like a lifetime ago, and that was so tragic to lose Jack.
I will admit it was a rocky transition. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and make it seem like it was easy. It wasn't at all. I was so sad. I was sad for what was happening in our country. I was sad for losing my friend. I was sad for feeling like I had a lot of responsibility to take care of people and I didn't know the best way to do it.
You can plan and plan and plan and plan and plan, and then it's time. It's time to execute, and nothing ever goes completely according to plan.
We also knew that a substantial part of our community was MIA, which during a pandemic turns out to be a great thing, but it is our identity, it is the fuel of our economy, it is so integral to who we are.
I have to say it was the weekend that the bar owners agreed to close early. Those are some of the most profitable hours of their week, and they were willing to sacrifice that for the long term so that we could make it through the semester because they knew it was the right thing to do for the community.
I think that was one of the bigger challenges / turning points for us. Luckily, we've got really great leadership at USD.
The more we learned, the more we were able to manage through, and always front of mind. We wanted to make sure that we were taking care of people the best that we could. There were a lot of universities around the country going through layoffs and furloughs, and we weren't going to do that. We were going to take care of our people first. I would say just sort of that servant leader was probably the most important approach to leadership during this pandemic.
We have a lot of awesome institutions in Vermillion, and you need those institutions to carry out the work, to get things done. And I think we've seen that more than ever during COVID, but we've also seen a lot of efforts on the part of just like individuals that were like, I see a need, I'm gonna fill it.
I reflect back to some of the creativity that's come because of this pandemic, creativity in finding ways to continue to engage. We could have each worked our own solutions to this pandemic problem, and we didn't. We worked together, being greater than the sum of its parts, which could have been individual interests in mind, and it wasn't.
That's the kind of thing that really gets you excited and inspired, and just reminds you that you live in a great place.
It really is nice. We're so grateful to have spent some time with Mayor Collier Weiss and President Gestering. We are so blessed to have such two outstanding leaders in our community who are setting such a great example of collaboration and partnership. And truly, Nate, we all are in this together.
You're exactly right. As we keep saying, we're in this together. And speaking of together, Mitchell, who'd you get together?
Okay, we have Terry here. Now, Terry, you know there are 12 days of Christmas, right?
There are.
What is the gift given on the 5th day of Christmas?
5 golden rings.
Oh my goodness, guess what you won? A $50 gift card to Wilson Florist.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nate, we've covered a lot of ground tonight without ever leaving our cozy little studio here at McVicker Plaza. Maybe we should do the part in here every year.
I like that idea a lot. You know, when it comes to telling the stories of the people in Vermillion and the vibrancy of our community, that's a story and an effort worth repeating every year. And inviting our friends from all over the state of South Dakota to come join us, we love that part. I mean, it really has been a beautiful evening.
Absolutely, but wait. There's more. The big event is still ahead of us. So the big tree lighting that we do in downtown Vermillion is really a special part of the evening. So I'm going to walk you through what usually happens. Santa hitches a ride on the back of a Vermillion Fire Department truck, but this year's going to be just a little bit different, but in the best possible way.
It really is. We've been able to have such a great evening when it comes to the Standstill Parade of Lights. People have been spread out. We've had sanitizers all over the place. It really has been a great, safe, and celebration evening. And then now we have the lighting of the tree. It's a beautiful production. It's done by Jonathan Zivich, who's actually from the University of South Dakota. He does amazing work, and we are so excited to be bringing that to you right now. Enjoy. Mitchell, what do you got?
Well, this is very exciting. We are here with the winners of the best float here at the Parade of Lights. Congratulations, you guys. We have a Grinch here of all things. They are Biomat USA, and your float is awesome. I love it. So there's exciting things still to come, because I don't know if you know this, but we have the lighting of the tree ceremony. This Christmas tree actually comes from Bluffs Golf Course right here in Vermillion, and it's gonna be lit up right downtown, and there might be a special guest from Santa Claus, okay? So stick around, and thanks so much for joining us. It's been a great night here in downtown Vermillion, South Dakota. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight from Vermillion, South Dakota. We are wishing you and yours a happy holidays. Good night.